This is not going to be an easy vlog. I know it's been a while. It's been a long, dark month. As many of you know, my partner Matt's brother Carlos passed away last month very suddenly. He was family to me. He was my brother-in-law. We had an instant connection when we met 10 years ago. We were both into running. We loved talking about airplanes ever since he found out my dad was a pilot, and he loved hearing all the stories about growing up with my dad as a pilot. And we both liked drinking too much wine and hanging out, and oh, you're so cute right now. So it was on Halloween. It was such a weird day. The weather was very unusual. There were borderline hurricane strength winds. It was really dark and eerie. The mayor canceled Halloween in Montreal because the weather was so weird. And later that night, Carlos had a heart attack at home, and that was it. We had messaged each other a few weeks ago because we were supposed to run a 10K together early October, but I was tired from traveling and I hadn't really ran much lately, and he wasn't really feeling it, and we both just kind of bailed for the third year in a row. It was kind of our thing. We just always said we would do it next year, and now we never will. We never got to run together. The week between when he died and when we had the funeral, Matt stayed home from work, and honestly the days just ran together and I don't really recall anything. It's such an impossible, cruel thing, grieving the sudden loss of someone. In the meantime, I'm supposed to be doing projections for the latest show that Matt's theater company, Tableau Road, is producing. And this play happens to be about grief and death and the loss of a child. And I wasn't sure if I could pull this off, having just experienced this. A few days after the funeral, we forced ourselves to go to a production meeting. And after that, we were kind of thrown straight back into it. I don't know, but I was also still grieving so much. Several times a day, I would just stop and hit me. And it's just so unfair, but you have to, just keep going. So for the projections, a lot of it was just very beautiful, somewhat eerie, snowy landscapes. So in the part in the play when the child dies, I have this landscape disintegrating into these black particles that mix with the snow of the blizzard, and it just keeps going around you and just keeps going and going. And honestly, that's how I felt. And it's this moment in the play when the mother is just holding out her hands, and time is passing, but nothing is happening. Nothing visually changes. It's just this mess of particles and snow and black ink. So then after this continues for a while, the actress playing the mother says something about countless days of darkness, and it's just exactly that. It's exactly that. So I guess in a way I did channel these feelings visually into what I created. I had files named death and burial just after having gone through this. It was, oh man, it was hard. It was hard. Maybe my process of grieving influenced what I made. Maybe what I made helped me process those feelings. I don't know what to say now. I don't know how to end this video.